you wish, pal.
Heyo! We're back. Dubbed and Confused, episode 18. The boys are here. What a just a real just hiney spanker of a week. Everything was pretty lit. I'm not gonna lie. To go back to 10-year-old terminology. We're here. Honestly, best week of the season, I think, so far. I think we probably all agree on that, fellas. How we doing? How we tingling down there?
We're tingling. We're
jamming.
schmingling.
We're jamming good. We got our Jimmy's jangling. We're doing great.
I got a lot of nines this week, boys. I'm just skimming through real
Same.
quick. I got some
We're back.
nines. I got some
We're
nines.
back.
In some good places. So you guys know what it is. Dubbed and Confused. We run through all the anime that's airing this season, all the hot stuff week to week as stuff is airing, and we talk about each episode. So if that sounds fun to you, go ahead and subscribe if you're new. Appreciate you guys for being here. Let's jump in. We got a lot to get through. This season's massive. We've known this, but we gotta get moving because there's a shit ton of stuff that we gotta cruise through. So let's get started with Jujutsu Kaisen episode 53. It's a fun one. It's not all that in a box of chocolates, but I thought it was a little more than last week. We actually got like a really fun fight. The first like half of this episode is a really fun fight between Fushiguro and Panda versus Kirara. Very fun name, by the way. I feel like we get so many names like recycled in anime a lot of times. This is a name I don't remember ever seeing, and I was like, that's a fun name. She has a really cool ability. We get the second half of this episode is Yuji earning Hikari's respect because of how much passion he has for what his goal is, and that gets Hikari going. Hikari, it's with an A. Hikari, I gotta remember that.
Hikari, yeah.
And then at the very end of this episode, I feel like I have to include this. We get the introduction of Kashimo. That I have heard people say that like this dude's a menace. He's 400 years old, so he is an old veteran at Jujutsu sorcery, so I cannot wait to see what his deal is. But that's kind of the rundown of this episode. Fellas, how we feel? Shaloob, you want to kick us off with your thoughts?
Whew, I mean, JJK was fantastic, man. Like, I was hoping to see a little bit more of that rotoscope bullshit that they did in the last one, but it's fine. It's fine. I liked how boxed in they were with this episode. Like, they basically stayed on that parking garage, and like most of the episode was that fight. Felt very easy to digest. It was. That being said, there was a lot going on. Like, there was a whole lot of breakdown with they got a little mathy on me with her
Yeah, they did.
Yes.
her technique, and
Yeah, they
I
did.
just had to trust the process. I was like, I'm having trouble following this. I'm sure it'll work out.
Okay. I did see a YouTube short of somebody explaining Kirara's ability. It is pretty dense for an ability. Long story short, she can just mark Jujutsu energy. What do we call it? What like
Cursed
Cursed
energy.
energy.
cursed energy. She can mark
Yeah.
different cursed energies with a label. One of her 5 stars, because it's based on a constellation. But there's an order to the stars. So basically, depending on how far down like the stars she puts you, you have to like make contact with each star in order to like work your way up to the number 1 kind of star. And anything that shares the same star attracts each other. So that's why when she kept touching stuff that's labeled the same star as Fushiguro and Panda, those items fly at them because whatever item has the most cursed energy will be the attractor, and it'll attract everything else with the same label that has a lesser amount of cursed energy currently imbued into it.
Okay. That's where I kind of got lost, was like the amounts of cursed energy being retracted or attracted to other bits.
Yeah.
So that, I mean, they explained it well. It was just my fault. I'm sure if I watch it again, it would be clear as day. But
I saw it before the episode, before I watched the episode, the explanation. And then when I watched the episode, I still was like, I'm not sure if I would have gotten this completely, even paying full attention. But still, it's a cool ability. I like it. It's a very like heady ability. It feels like she's the kind of character that can be technically beaten by anybody if like a respectable sorcerer just kind of has it up here and can just figure out what the deal is. they'll just kind of outmaneuver her and eventually just overpower her. But I do think for like as a support character, that actually could be like kind of the way she's used here to protect home base, so that way like other characters just can't get to Hikari. But yeah, then you get Yuji earning Hikari's respect. It feels like we're kind of in there now. Hikari should be relatively part of the squad going forward, which is cool because he's a fun character. I like the idea of different characters having like different textures to their cursed energy. That's like a point that he makes here, that like he says even Gojo says like he's never seen anybody with like as rough of cursed energy as Hikari has. Which is cool. I wish they do more of that. Like apparently I don't think that's a thing that they've done with a ton of other characters. I thought it would have been cool if it was like not every character, but like if the author had picked out like 5 to 10 of their favorite characters that they wanted to make sure everybody knew they had like their own little like special quirk to their cursed energy that they get. Kind of like a Pokemon has a special ability kind of thing. It's just innate to what they are, but it is what it is. It's still cool that Hikari has it. It just kind of drives home that he's a cool character.
That felt totally new to me. I didn't think they had done that at any point in time before then.
So I don't think so. Cool. I don't think so. Yeah, and then Kashimo. I mean, he had what, 400 points? No, 200 points, which means he has killed 40 Jujutsu sorcerers already in the game. 40 different sorcerers, because you get 5 points per sorcerers. He doesn't, but like he hasn't. I don't think he's killed civilians. Just because of
it, but yeah.
It'd be 50. I mean, it's 5 points per sorcerer, I think, right?
Yeah, it's 5 per sorcerer, 1 for a normal person.
Yeah.
Right. So he's killed at least 50 sorcerers. If that's, who knows? He's killed a lot of people.
Yeah. But just based off of what we see from him, he seems like he's just kind of he has that vampire kind of vibe going on, where he's been around so long. Now he just wants somebody to like give him a fun jaunt. You know what I mean? He's just bored. He's like, I'm tired of murking people for 400 years. Give me a sorcerer that can hold up against me. And you see that he's looking for Sukuna, and that's why he makes this first rule that allows any other player to kind of know a general location, name, how many other sorcerers they've killed. So that way, and you know, low key, it's kind of terrifying because Yuji's already like in trouble, but now we have this guy who's hunting Sukuna, which means now he's technically hunting Yuji. So, very, very excited to see what he does.
I love that, by the way. That's such a fun rule. It's gonna be such a cool like quirk going through the show. Like,
and he could have made it so much more broken too, because he just said, "Just tell me what section they're in." He didn't say like I can get a direct pinpoint location on wherever they are. I just want to find Sukuna as fast as possible. He made it. He likes the thrill of the chase, basically. Yeah. But he realized it was like kind of almost impossible to do unless there was a rule that at least helped him to kind of narrow it down. So, really excited about that. I like the rule. Man. Also, the little demon that pops up that says the rules, he gave me the vibes of in Hunter x Hunter when Knuckle uses his ability and touches somebody, and then his little guy pops up with like and he goes like interest accumulating. That's what it reminded me of.
Notes. I literally have that in my notes. I was like, that's big Hunter x Hunter vibe right there.
Yeah,
I didn't get that. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was just cool. It's also funny because it's like this is a game created by forget his name, the demon that's inside of Ghetto's body, and it's just funny that like the guy the little rule demon he created is just this little cute guy. Like this guy's this guy is a cursed spirit. Like you would have thought he would have created like a nasty looking demon thing that appears, which is like this little guy just pops up and goes, "Here are your rules." It's really good.
Doesn't he have a scythe or something like that? I thought, or am I tripping? Like I thought he was carrying around like a little scythe, like a demon scythe.
I honestly don't remember now, but I'd have to go back and look. But cool. Yeah. And I just think
an element of creepiness.
Yeah. Overall, something I love, and this was really all the time in like early Naruto. I love a nice brain battle. You know, like I love the Sakuga, all that stuff's awesome, and just throwing hands is awesome too. But I do appreciate just like a fight that it's like they've got something going on and I don't understand it. So it's like I gotta throw shit at the fan. And that's what this fight was. It's like a low-key fight. It's kind of allies fighting. They just don't know they're allies yet. But I love fights like that. Those fights are just really cool to me. It gives a different flavor than just let me just throw an insane Sakuga in your face and watch crazy hands. It's a good change of pace.
100%. I'm with you. Like Sakuga is like 30% of it for me. Like
Mm-hmm.
the other 70% is like give me a good chess match. You know, give me a
Mm-hmm.
good like prediction of like who's actually going to outwit the other one.
I mean, that's a good topic just in general. We could do a whole thing on later, like at another time. But just like hands are fun, Sakuga's fun, but like a fight doesn't hit as hard if there's not awesome emotion behind it. If there's not like, and obviously these factors of like, give me some brain power to it, where like I'm countering you, and it's not just pure Sakuga out the ass.
Yeah, and going back to what you said about Hunter x Hunter, that's why we like that. That's why we like that show so much because it does everything that you just mentioned so well.
Yeah, yeah. All right, I am 9-1 on this episode. Really like it. We're back in the nines. I think I was under 9 last week. Not by much, but I think just under. But yeah, back in the nines this week. Where you guys land, JJK?
Jaloob.
That's a 9. I mean, I'm for sure a 9 on that one.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm a 9 flat. So we're all right there.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice. Love it. Good stuff. All right, that takes us into Freerin, episode 32. Big stuff in this episode. Stark and Fern have their first official date. It's very cute. I love how slow they take it. Maybe you could find it boring. I know Shaylin has found problems with Freerin so far this season of like feeling boring, nothing's happening, but it just feels real. Like they could have easily done like just the first 3 minutes of this episode was them just like kind of skimming through like this happened, the date happened, whatever, let's move through it. It's like legit the whole first half of this episode. And I mean, if you guys have watched the last couple of weeks, you guys know I love me some Stern. I'm gonna go Stern.
Stark.
I'm gonna go Stern. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Some
no.
Stern
But,
shipping.
okay. Yeah,
Stark.
but it's his name is Stark, like with a sh sound. Like
Yeah, but
you
is there
keep doing
but there's no H in his name?
No, but that's it. The pronunciation is
Stern?
Stark.
Are you watching dub?
I'm both ways, either in the dub or in the sub. It's both Stark. Either way.
It's true. I am watching the dub and it is
Stern.
Stark.
We'll do Stern.
Stern.
then. You happy?
Stern.
All right, good enough.
Yeah. I am happy. Pronounce his name right.
Yeah, so we get that, and then we get them. This second half, I feel like might have been more what Shaloub might have appreciated, is that we officially enter the Northern Territory, which is where shit gets real, where they can't relax ever because there's just big baddie monsters all over the place. So they enter the Northern Territory. They end up trying to help like an innkeeper about a big bad monster that's been blocking, a trade route basically. And they handle it. Pretty juicy fight that we get real quick there. Another 3v1 fight. But it's a fun episode. And I appreciate it. We got a little more. It feels like we're making progress now that we are officially into the Northern Territories. I didn't even realize we weren't like actually there yet. Just kind of like we left off last season being like, we're headed that way. And then we kind of just, without even mentioning, I feel like, or maybe they did and I just missed it. It was a small line. But I was just like, I guess this is us slowly moving through the Northern Territories. But this episode, they officially go through the gate. And then you can obviously tell a clear difference that it's different in the North.
It's big different in the North.
How we feel? Chris, lead us off? Well,
Love this episode. You know me. Love my Freerin. Fern and Stark.
We know you.
Literally, Stark Stark being a dummy the whole date. Just like not picking up on clues and things like that, which I thought was funny. Just shows how like Stark tries to pay attention, but like actually doesn't know anything. I did like that it was really cute that Fern was happy that Stark was asking Freerin for help with the date. When she found out at the end, because Stark was like, "Oh yeah, Freerin picked all these places for me because I had no clue where what you would like." I thought that was cute. And then you get into after the date, the probably the best part. I mean, I did love the date, but the best part is easily just the flashbacks, man. Freerin does flashbacks so much better than any other show I've seen. Not including One Piece, because One Piece does really good flashbacks as well. But Freerin just kind of intertwines it so much better, and just like slips them into like where the moments are actually, translate to.
They do,
which I like.
They do pinpoint it. I feel like that's one of the best things Freerin does with backstories or flashbacks specifically is like they pinpoint timing for it. Whereas like One Piece will be like, you meet a character like when shit's hitting the fan, inevitably every time, that's when they're going to give you the backstory for that character. Whereas like, and it almost feels like it's timed the same way every time. Whereas like Freerin will be like, Stark says something. It makes Freerin kind of laugh because she remembers one of her old teammates saying the exact same thing. And so she like kind of giggles at it. And then they kind of like show you that either right then or they'll even wait and go a little bit later. And then that like totally explains why Freerin like did a little chuckle at like just a line somebody said, so it's like pinpoint timing with the flashbacks that kind of makes them, feel like perfectly intertwined, because flashbacks can feel like a really annoying trope to some people. Some people have complained at how often One Piece just like recycles flashbacks.
Yeah. And then other than that, I think, the fight was really good. I like that after the date, like Fern and Stark have this like unspoken bond now, I guess, because she immediately went to protect him when Freerin launched the attack, which I thought was cool. But yeah, other than that, solid episode all around.
Salute.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I was so ready to rag on it the first half of the episode. It's just like, here we go again. More slice of life bullshit. Nothing's actually happening. I need some motion. Give me some motion. And then we get some motion at the end of the episode. I mean, I like just the world building. Like, give me more world building. They're finally starting to do that towards the end. It's like, oh, the Northern Realms. Oh, Himmel went through the same, quest that they're basically going through now. Like, that's cool. I like that. That's cool. I like all the callbacks to her past voyages or whatever you want to call them, journeys. Give me more of that. Stop. Give me the slice of life alongside that. I don't want them to just be hanging out in the city doing dick. Like, who knows? I don't. It's annoying. So I'm glad that they finally got somewhere with the plot.
Yeah. I thought you'd appreciate the second half of this episode, just feeling like we're getting somewhere.
Yeah, and it wasn't just about like the fighting in the Sakuga or whatever. It's nice to see all that, but it's just like let's get going. Let's get this train on the tracks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I some other small notes I had on stuff. My favorite quote of this episode is really good. Freerin says, "Don't braid out of anger," because at first,
at the beginning,
at first, Fern asks her for help on like what she should wear to her date, and Freerin's like, I don't fucking know, man. And she's like, but can you help me braid my hair? So she's just like, just don't braid out of anger. It got me good.
Funny.
It got me great.
That was good.
I was wondering for so long, this whole time, I've wondered multiple times, how do they travel so light? Like, they just be walking on this month-long journey, and the only luggage any of them is ever carrying is just Freerin with her suitcase. And in this episode, they don't even explicitly explain it either, which I kind of love. But it's like Stark says something, is like, how do you even fit everything in there? And she's like, she just kind of smiles, but it's the kind of smile Freerin always gets when she's looking at a new spell. So she's like, it's handy, isn't it? And she's like, it's just that hint where she's like, she definitely got a spell that like gives her like infinite space in a suitcase or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. So that made plenty of sense. I was literally, I had such a letdown because they showed that jolly green giant monster when they're in the northern lands, and I was like, whoa, because they show them fight those little like T-Rex guys, not little, but those multiple T-Rex guys, and then they show that giant like popping out of the ground, and I was like, whoa, and then just cut to the next part. I was like, oh, we don't get to. He's just
you don't get to see it.
Bummer.
That was just a taste of what exists out there.
Yeah,
that's true.
And then just the quality of Freerin, like why, how, like how did they make Fern picking up the fucking amulet? Like why'd they have to animate her? Just like you literally like That's what a real hand does. They could have just easily just done like a whoop, like a hand goes in and grab the amulet, like flip it over. But like you literally, like it's so articulated, the way they animate it. I was like, why? This is like some Mushoku Tensei shit.
Yeah.
Yo, facts.
Why did they do that?
Yeah. Yeah. But still, that's that's some of those small things that helps go from really good to great sometimes. So yeah, I like this episode a lot. I gave it a 9 too. But I like the date part too. I like both halves. I like that. I enjoyed both the halves, So where are you guys at?
I'm at a 9.1 for this episode.
It was an 8 for me because I didn't hate the date, but I didn't love it. There were plenty of gripes I had with the story elements of that and like just the plot development overall and the pacing. It's like, okay. But 8
objectively
overall.
You're still wrong, but it is what it is. I'm gonna do it every week, Salim. I'm gonna do it every week.
Until it gets that deserved 9.
Main the best. Main the best.
Okay.
He's not innocent.
You'll hear more about that later.
Oh boy.
All right. Let's move it forward. Let's get to Sentenced to Be a Hero, episode 5. This episode's kicking off this impossible mission. There's kind of just literally 4/5 of this episode. The first 15 minutes of this episode is all just kind of setting up for the mission to start. And then the last 5 minutes is where we kind of get started there. Kind of surprised it took us this long. I'm not shocked, but just pacing wise, it felt like the show was kind of rolling. The first 3 episodes, last episode was like a full downtime episode. This episode is like 80% downtime before we get to kind of kicking off the fight here. So I don't know, small pacing questions there. But still, we do learn about a new hero, Sav. He's cool. He's an oddball.
Is he?
I love Sav.
Is he cool though?
I love him. I love him.
He's gonna be a very divisive character. You're either gonna love him for how just batshit crazy he is, or you're just gonna be yeah, stay away from me. This guy is red flags galore.
No, but he's such an honest, straight shooter though.
The fuck.
Despite being a scumbag, he's still an honest, straight shooter. He's still
despite being a murderer. He's pretty chill.
I don't know if I can.
He's
I
pick people to kill because they're. I mean, kind of is when he was in the interrogation. All you heard was just yeah, I killed them. It was me. I don't feel bad about it. I picked people who I knew I could kill.
Mm-hmm.
That was about it. He thought he was about to be killed. He wouldn't have done that if he thought he was going to be made a fucking hero.
True. I guess you're not.
His demeanor did change drastically once they told him he didn't deserve death.
Wait.
Yeah. So it's basically we get Sav's backstory, at least of him being turned into a hero and the conversation he has once he's detained. And then basically it's setting up for the mission for the middle part, the meat of this episode. And in the very end, it's 5 minutes. And man, shit sure hits the fan immediately. Good plan, guys. We're already fucked. Not only was this already a death sentence mission, but on top of it, you actually thought you set up a decent plan, and it's already just down the shitter 2 minutes into the fight. So that's fun. Yeah, there's a lot going on here. We do also get our first appearance of another goddess aside from God, her name is so long. Teorita. Man. Good Lord.
What's the new one that they get mentioned?
Palmeri.
She's the poison goddess. Because that's kind of based around what their plan is, that they have a bunch of barrels full of poison. So they're going to draw the demon lord in and then try to hit him with all those barrels of poison. But,
she's just as depraved for fucking attention as
Taylor is. I did make note
think
of that.
all the goddesses are like that. I think all the goddesses are like that.
Yeah, I think that's what they're kind of hinting at here, is that's
wild.
Something they all share is just praise. They just need,
really wild.
hunger for praise, which, They haven't made it weird, but you have
Not
to
yet.
think that this has something to do with like some author's kink. You know what I mean? Like, what's going on with this? What's going on with this?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I want to see her powers, and like I feel like we're not even gonna get to see her powers in use because the whole vibe is that she's already just imbued barrels with poison, so it's just they're gonna use the barrels. But I want to see other goddesses in a fight, like we see Teorita like providing Xylo with swords and stuff.
Right.
Little more development. We got this a little bit last episode, but like Kivia straight up loves our dog. She's in. She's in to Xylo.
Obviously,
He goes to like look over her shoulder to like look at a
he's a
map she's
babe.
looking at, and she just immediately like she's like blushing like crazy, moves out of the way.
Yeah.
She's in. She's in. She likes her a bad boy, I guess. So
Who doesn't? Who doesn't?
who doesn't, dude? Oh no. Yeah, this not a ton happened in this episode. Like it really didn't. It seems like next episode will be fun because we're just gonna start off in the fight, and hopefully that's just a whole can of worms that gets crazy. But I don't know. Any other thoughts from you guys on this episode? I mean,
Yeah, one thing I clocked, and I don't know if you guys clocked it or not. I think Xylo is the one who mentioned it when they're up on the hill, but Sav has been brought back already multiple times, and he hasn't changed personalities.
Yes, I did notice that as well.
Which is kind of interesting considering that what's his face, our other goat, is literally just like a shell of a human who just attacks any demon in sight.
Tatsuya.
But then Sav still has his like wits to him. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Maybe because he's already just batshit insane.
Maybe it's just numbers. You know,
they didn't give us a ton of clarity on that either. Because some like I'm curious how much they interpretively left up to interpretation. So
I'm hoping to see some development from that, just in terms of if Sav dies in this fight and they have to revive him. Do we get a gist of how much? Like maybe that shows. Maybe Xylo dies once in the show, and just to show us how much each death can strip you of your individuality. You know what I mean? They show how much number he is, or you know what I mean? He just gets kind of closer to the Tatsuya level, but not. He's still there, but it's like, oh, he just kind of got dulled down a little bit.
Right. They have me thinking Xylo hasn't even died once yet since becoming a hero.
Right. And maybe you can't do that to your main character because like we don't want him to get dull, especially if they reveal there's no way to get it back, right?
But it's also an interesting plot development that they could throw in later where it's like, oh, we need he'll die once and lose this part of himself that we got to know of. I don't know.
Maybe it's like a memory thing.
Yes.
Maybe it's like he loses a part of his memory, but he doesn't just not remember it anymore, but like he loses it in the sense that like that those memories and how they made part of his personality, those being gone, like that part of him like doesn't exist anymore. Like he just doesn't
like a formative experience is gone.
Right. That could be an interesting way to do it because like you don't want to just fuck your main character. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But you could do it in an interesting way.
You can't cuck him. You can't put him in the cuck chair.
No, we don't want to cuck Xylo. I will say there's one quote that I actually like. That kind of like got me. That kind of went hard. I'm kind of caught in between. Seems like Chris likes Sav a lot. Shaloub's like, keep this man away from me. I do love this quote from him where it says, "Outside of what's good for me and the people I like, is there anything else that matters?" Which is just a great quote, and it's like weird that it's like coming from the like mass murderer. But
the deranged man.
Yeah.
Right.
But I don't know. He said that quote, and I was like, all right, that's weird that like that's coming from him. Maybe that's part of him dying. He's like gotten closer to this level of like where he is just feels nothing for killing people. But I don't know. I'm 8-8 on this episode. I thought there was stuff to like. We find some good things. They're developing small things, but just not a ton happened overall. The fight just started. It's 2 minutes long. Like, 8-8 for me.
I got 8.6 for this episode.
Yeah, solid 8 for me. I can't suck this show off too much. I mean, I've already done plenty of that.
Yeah.
It was a good episode, but it wasn't great.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Solid. I mean, this is your down episode. Still solid
Right.
8s all around. We'll take them. All right. That takes us into Oshi no Ko. Whoo, boy.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Nelly.
Starting to turn into fucking Mean Girls.
This is episode 28. Shit's getting crazy in Oshi. This is what we asked for. We said get back to the murder mystery plot. What are we doing? We're just like watching, a point of view of just someone trying to become an idol in Japan.
Pretty
So
much.
in this episode, kicks off with Aqua confronting Ruby about her being shady lately and like why she's trying so hard to like make things happen, and she's just doing her psychopath just best impression of Aqua when he was a psychopath like a couple months ago, and it's definitely reminding him of him. Basically, after this conversation, we cut to Ruby ascending, basically, because she's doing all these shady stuff. Not shady stuff, but it's not all necessarily fully shady. You could get into a conversation of like, yeah, you're pulling strings to get higher up. You're not necessarily fucking over anybody, but you're also you're not organically rising to the top. You're like, playing the game, if you will. But she's ascending. She is skyrocketing up, the charts or whatever, popularity. Their YouTube channel is tripling, and they literally already mentioned in this video or in this episode that like it's basically entirely due to Ruby exploding as like an individual, just figure in media. And then the real kicker, the end of this episode, well, I guess kind of the back third, it gets shown to Aqua when he approaches the guy who's been giving Ruby all this advice, that the killer's still alive. And Aqua loses his shit because maybe he just kind of wanted to believe it as soon as he heard it, just because it would make his life easier to just believe that it's all done. He doesn't have to like be a psycho anymore. But to learn that no, it's not done. The guy's still out there, and if he finds out, he could be after you. Who knows? He hits the fan. He ends up pushing Khan on the ground. All this stuff, like it's gonna spiral. And I think we might be back to. I think we just might be to dirty Ruby and dirty Aqua. Just double dirty.
I'm here for it. I'm here for the double dirts.
I mean, I was waiting for something to happen at all with that storyline. It's cool to see that happen. Cool to see some relevance coming towards like their moms dying and shit like that.
Yeah.
I'd also like to point out, last week or the week before, I mentioned that the guy that Ruby was talking to was the old manager for Strawberry Productions. I was right. I knew it. I'd just like to say that on record.
Good one.
Thank you.
Job,
Thank
Tom.
you.
Very proud.
This guy knows his stuff.
I'm so proud.
What's weird to me, and maybe it's like a personality thing, but like Ruby's the one skyrocketing up charts, and she's like the one that's driving Komichi B right now. I'm like, this is some bullshit. Kana's the only one who can sing. The other two just dance around on stage. Kana's the only one that has a good voice. But like everybody's there for Ruby because she's got eyes that sparkle.
You got the personality.
Kind of shy.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
Maybe so. Maybe that's kind of the idea. It's all personality based, right? Doesn't matter if you're good at your job. You just, as long as you're pretty and you got good personality.
Yeah, anything that comes to public entertainment, regardless, is based on that.
Yeah.
I also like that Akane like kind of solved the mystery partially for Aqua, but like on her own, just trying to do research, and she like kind of put all the pieces together. Mm-hmm. They did that last season as well, where Akane like kind of was putting pieces together and like brought it up to Aqua. I like that dynamic a lot, that she is kind of just piecing things together without everyone kind of knowing.
And she's kind of oddly loyal too.
Mhm.
Like, not oddly loyal. Like, I mean, you are in a relationship, but like, I wouldn't be shocked if like she even like learns, like knows that they're still alive, and she's like, she's not gonna be like, Aqua, this isn't healthy. She's gonna be like, I will help you however you need. Who do you need me to murder? Like, kind of like, I would not be shocked if that's where she takes it, because she is like oddly loyal like that.
For sure.
Man, Kana goes to help Aqua in the rain on a bench where he's like clearly like having a just a crisis.
Mental breakdown.
Yeah. And he,
Distraught.
not even on purpose, I don't blame him for this, but he just like pushes her on the ground. But man, it's heartbreaking. She's like, what did I do to make you hate me? And she just kind of like leaves. She left her umbrella on the ground, so now she's just going home in the rain. So that's awful. And like, you know, I think we're all team red here, so you know, just it hurts to see, you know. It's horrible. But team red will strike again. We know it's true.
Team Red.
Oh, listen, I'm not team anybody. I don't want you to lump me into that team.
You're right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to speak for you. Feel free to
I'm very
speak for
much a
yourself.
fence sitter here. Yeah, I'm Team Aqua. All right, I'm Team Aqua. I want what's best for our boy.
Last thing, and I do kind of appreciate this. At least we get some payoff. It doesn't seem to be like fully just yet, and maybe we'll get more as we go. But the AD from the TV show is now Ruby's manager, which I like the payoff to that, at least, because we were saying for like those 2 straight episodes, we were like, why is this dude our main character? Who the fuck is this? Where did this guy come from? And so at least to give us the payoff of like, okay, it was working towards, now Ruby kind of recruits him to be her manager. And I'm sure there will be connections down the line where they kind of tie in the fact that he is her manager now is going to open up connections down the line, whatever it is. I also wouldn't be surprised if Ruby pulling the puppet strings makes him do some shady shit for her that he shouldn't be doing. And because he likes her, because he has a crush on her, whatever, she's able to kind of manipulate him into doing some crazy shit.
For sure.
All in all, I thought this episode was pretty damn good. This is exactly what we've been asking for. We just wanted we need some hotness. It's been kind of tepid lately.
It's emotion.
Yep. So I gave it a 9.2. I was really happy with this episode. Feels like we're going places, and I hope it's not like this episode went places and then we get 3 episodes of just nonchalantness. But we'll see.
Dud. Yeah.
Where we land.
Shalhoub.
It was a 7 for me.
7?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was fine. Yeah.
Dude, somebody fire this guy.
7.
Come on. 7 is not a crazy number. Not
7
at all.
is a crazy low number.
It's a
for us
crazy
getting
number
back
for
to the
this
mystery.
episode.
No.
We're literally getting back into the mystery of Oshinoko and getting into the meat and potatoes of what you wanted, and you go 7.
It felt like it took too long. Like, this should have happened long ago.
We can't punish this episode for giving you what you want when you've already given past episodes low scores for that reason.
Well, maybe I'm just not the hugest fan of this show. Like, I'm trying. I'm really trying to be invested in these characters, but like the lack of motion. It's the same thing with Freeman. Like, I need motion. Like, we got motion here. That's cool. Build on it, and I'll give you a higher score.
Primo.
7's not bad. 7's not a bad score.
It's
7's
not.
rough for this episode though. I'm a 9.3 on this episode. You can blow all the raspberries you want, but John was at 9.2, so I don't want to hear shit.
Yeah.
And at least I'm not a 9.3. Jesus,
Just
don't get
kinda
crazy now.
Okay.
Just trying to get us back to reality.
No, this guy's trying to champion for all of anime fans out there. He's trying to tailor the average score by really bringing it down.
Listen, I speak for the normies, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm. All right. That's it. We're done with Oshinoko for this week. Trigun, Stargaze, episode 5. We get the Sax Man back in town.
Tell us about him.
We get Wolfwood versus Saxman. You know,
Wolfwood.
funny little fight. And then we get. I mean, that's basically this whole episode. Is basically Saxman attacking the ship. Wolfwood confronts him first. They end up outsmarting him. Really, he just should not have entered the ship. Kind of seems dumb in hindsight that they just end up like reflecting his own sound back at him, and he just literally can't fight in the ship.
Yep.
But he's a good boy. We knew Saxman was a good boy, and so this is going to be another reformed, Knives villain that's probably going to join the squad. I don't know if he's any use to anybody now if his saxophone doesn't work, but maybe they'll be able to fix it. I don't know. But yeah, that's basically the whole episode. I still enjoyed it though. There was still some good stuff in this episode.
You literally laid out all the same reasons why I disliked this episode. Not that I dislike this episode overall, but you speed run it, you sped run it, the whole thing. Like, it was a good boy fight. The whole thing was a good boy fight. We knew he was gonna be a good boy. They good boyed him into a trap where it made him be a good boy. He's a good boy. That's
right, where they were able to beat him without killing him. That way he can still be an alive good boy and not a dead good boy, because we don't kill good boys in
We don't kill good boys in this game. No.
I feel you.
No, we do not.
Chrissy?
I mean, I thought this episode was just fine. Like, I like the fight. I like the animation for the fight. You get some like good, interesting plot, but other than that, not much happens. You know?
Yeah, it is. It is kind of just like an in between episode. I mean, they do show the flashback of like how our Saxman met Knives, which is crazy. I mean, they're already
good.
They're already murderers. Like him and his band were already murderers, but then he could immediately tell that Nye was different, and so he tells his bandmates like, "Don't attack him. That guy's different." They try to attack him, and he just dices them up into 1,000 tiny pieces.
I got kind of confused from that. Like, I was like, is he under like some kind of mind control bullshit or something?
What do you mean?
Because like as soon as that happened, he was like, "All right, I'm Team Knives," and then during the good boy fight, there was a moment where where he saw him in his eyes or something like that. Like there was like a reflection of Knives, and he was like, "Oh no, I'm on his team again."
I was reading it more of like a primal fear. Like
he just knows that Knives is more strong than anyone else ever, and he's like, I gotta be on this guy's side.
Kind of like he was just I think he was just more out of self preservation. He was just like, I can't attack him because I'm dead. Like I'm dead if I attack him. Maybe maybe I'd preserve my pride, but pride ain't worth being dead.
I didn't get that for some reason. It felt more like a brainwashy thing to me, but
it was a little bit. We see stuff like that in Naruto with like Orochimaru, like early on, but like where it's just like he's just a creepy snake man, and he's really strong for the early part of the series, and then when he just like looks at people, you can like paralyze them. Although, but it's kind of ambiguous in those parts too, where you're like, is he using like a paralysis jutsu or something, or is he just that fucking creepy that people see him and they could just tell he's really strong and creepy combined, and that's where you're just like, I don't want anything to do with this guy. So I don't know, but I feel you. A little like I don't think Trigun's the type of show to actually try to tie together love lines, but like we already know that like Meryl and Vash are like, they kind of tie them into be like, not fully a couple, but like she likes Vash a lot, she follows him everywhere. She wants to do everything she can to help him, handle Nye, but get a little Millie or Wolfwood. Just a little bit. No,
I like it. I'm about it.
It's not much, but she's all over there being like, "Oh, we need to get you to the infirmary," and he's like, "Nah." He's like, "I'm good." She's like, "You sure?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm a badass. I'm Wolfwood. I don't need anything. I'm my own man."
She says in like some line to him that I wish I wrote down, but it was like along the lines of like, if you're healthy, you're happy, or something like that. Trying to like push him to go into the infirmary.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't much, but it was like, I could see it. Who else? You know, who else? Process of elimination. And then they're talking about like for the ensuing attack, because the very end of this episode is the ship that has knives on it right now, where it's the other like psychic guy, the creepy little girl, and the doctor who's reviving Knives, and they're they're flying towards them, and they're launching a bunch of missiles, whatever. And the lady on the ship is saying like, all right, if you're not a combatant, like we need to get you into the shelter. And I was just like immediately like, send Meryl to the shelter. Millie can stay. Millie's a dog.
Yeah, Millie can stay.
Like Millie,
she can actually help. Yeah,
she can handle her own shit. I'm not worried about Millie.
Millie's got a big gun. She's good.
Get Meryl in a fucking shelter. She is a liability in a battle. So that being said, okay, so we said Saxman is a good boy. Everything said, it's kind of no joke. Like if he wasn't just in a ship that could just reverberate all of his sounds back at him, like his power was kind of nasty. The fact that if you're just within range, he could just play his music loud enough that it would just like shatter your brain, or like you know what I mean? Like all those. And Wolfwood said like you weren't going to do it because you knew there were other people within range and whatever. Because he's a good boy. But like theoretically, if he wasn't held back by being a good boy, he's no joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's also a pretty hard counter.
Yeah. Because you would think that like if that's just in this ship, like any ship would just probably have the same mechanics. You know what I mean?
Well, like any sort of like reverberation that you can create to, like, you can just create a shield that like is curved and like reverberates the fucking sound waves back at him.
Potentially.
If you just know, like, you have to know what you're going against, obviously.
Yes.
But
I think in a known fight you could come up with some counters that handle it. But like if you just run into this guy on the street unprepared, I mean, what do you even do?
Oh yeah.
All right, cool. I'm 7.8 on Trigun. Mid. I thought it was all right, but you know, nothing too crazy. We've had better Triguns.
I'm with you on that. It's a solid 7.
Yeah, I'm 7.8 as well.
All right. Trigun out of the way. Now we move to our favorite show of all time, Fire Force. I didn't even. He thought I was about to say Tojima, I bet.
So did I.
Yeah, I know we're saving that for last. I know we're saving that.
I was like, wait, we're skipping Fire Force?
That would have been fun.
Yeah, man. I don't even know what episode this is.
65.
65. Episode 65. Everybody knows that. What happened? The pillars disappeared. All of them. Shinra's gone. The nun is gone. All the other pillars are gone. I'm assuming they got teleported to Adola. Don't even see them for the rest of this episode. We'll see. After that, to try and figure out what's going on, where are all the pillars, the eighth Company 8 are going to investigate Amaterasu, because Amaterasu is shut off since the 8th pillar appeared. And that's no good. And then we basically get like an Ogun fight. The friend of Shinra's from school, from the academy, when like this dude has not been in this show. Like at all. Why do we care about this guy?
Yeah.
He honestly, low-key, and maybe I'm just drawing this comparison specifically because this is the same mangaka that also made Soul Eater. But the guy from, I don't even remember his name. The guy from Soul Eater, it's the kid with the 2 gauntlets who shows up like one time for like one fight, and then you never see him again for the rest of Soul Eater. And you're just like, he's actually cool. His design is sick, and he uses like 2 twins, kind of like how Death the Kid does with like gauntlets, and like one punches with fire, one punches with electricity. Like it's cool. It's a cool, like, yeah, give me more of him. But he's only there for like one episode. You just see him fire off a couple attacks, and it's cool, but that's it. You know, why do we care about Ogun? This guy. You know, what do we think, fellas, about this episode? I mean,
go ahead, Chris.
I thought this episode was better than the previous episode just because you have an actual fight. But again, like John was saying, who cares about this guy? He hasn't been relevant at all in the entire series, so
Yep.
why do we give a fuck right now? Other than that, you get some of the evangelists. Yeah, the evangelists who want to help the Company 8 and help them kind of save the world, I guess, or protect
Well, it's
Shinra.
just the one. No, it's just
Show and Arrow.
Yeah, it's just
Show
Arrow
and
because
Arrow.
Arrow wants to get Show back, basically.
Yeah. So I mean, other than that, like, come on, like, give me more. We're almost at the end of your entire show.
Give us less.
Yeah,
give us less.
That's how I
but
feel.
give me more in the sense of like, let's wrap this shit up. Like, let's make the stakes high. Let's wrap this shit up. Like, let's stop pussyfooting around the rest of these characters and the rest of the series. Like,
yeah,
give me more. Let's actually make a good ending.
There's no chance this show has any fucking redemption in my eyes unless it like directly ties into Soul Eater at the very end of the season. Because I cannot give less of a fuck about what happens in this universe right now. After the last episode, it's just like it's all chaos. Like, what structure is there even left in humanity at this point? Like, everything's going to shit. Everything's clearly going to shit. Nothing's getting resolved. Are we just watching the end of humanity here? Like, is that what we're just supposed to be invested in? Like, what are we supposed to be invested in? I don't get it.
Yeah, and even more so, it's the fact that none of us really feel any sort of emotional tie to really any of the characters in the show.
Not a single one.
So, like, we say like Arthur, I guess, but like, he's just more funny than anything. He's just like comedic relief that like sort of hits sometimes, and we appreciate that. But
yeah,
man, also
lean into that.
How about just like a very popular shonen anime that like this entire season, the final season, again, still has just absolutely pure 5.5 out of 10 animation. What are we doing? What happened? This is the same studio that did last season. Not that last season looked that crazy, but the end of season 1 looks great. There are like fights at the end of season 1 that like actually like are really well animated. Season 2 looks fine. We're on like a One Punch Man trajectory here. We're like every season. It's not that level, but it's the trajectory in terms of why is season 1 from 6-7 years ago your best animated season?
Yeah.
Like, why are we rushing this shit out?
And let's be absolutely clear. One Punch Man is absolute dog shit. Right. It might be worse than dog shit.
Well, season 3.
But season 3.
That's too good to dog shit.
It's less than dog shit. It's beyond the mediocrity of dog shit. It's what dog shit becomes. No, because dog shit acts as a manure. It's
as a purpose. Dog shit has a purpose.
We're pulling toes in the line.
Don't hit with the futaba.
This show at least has somewhat of a purpose, I suppose. For now.
I'd call you dog shit.
Stick the landing. If they don't stick the landing in some regard here, it's gonna be like, why? How can anyone ever waste this time on this 3-season show?
Yeah. I'd call you dog shit, but dog shit serves the purpose of fertilizing the soil. So
it does. It does. Oh, God. One Punch Man doesn't do that in season 3.
One thing, okay,
season 2.
One, and it's not even gonna redeem anything, but one small redeeming thing that actually made me go, oh, because I've said like I actually like the opening for Fire Force this season. You don't know why I like it? It's the same artist that does Tojima's.
No way.
Yeah, it is.
Teddy Lloyd.
Yeah, it is. It's Teddy Lloyd.
That's crazy.
I looked it up because I could just tell, and I was like, I gotta confirm it though, and I looked it up, and it is Teddy Lloyd. I actually didn't have to look it up. Sense. They say it. They show it at the end of the opening credits.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's those thick lines. Like I swear, it's the thick lines.
Yeah. Anyway, 6.5 for me. I didn't hate the fight. I thought the fight was fine. Like I didn't think this was like complete garbage. This episode as a whole, like at least we got a fight, and it wasn't great, but it was a fine fight. We've already said on the show, 7 is kind of the line where we're like 7 and better, and I can watch it. You get below a 7, and that's when I'm like, yeah, this is probably not worth watching weekly. Now we're just so far into Fire Force, we'll probably just finish the last, what it'd be 5 or 6 episodes of the show. But yeah, that's where we're at. Where do you guys score?
6.1.
The 4. The 4.
Yeah, that checks out.
I hated that fucking episode. As much as I wanted to like certain parts of it, I just hated the whole thing. And this show is just, it deserves no penance.
Yeah, I know.
Unless they stick the landing, which I find very hard to believe.
I find it very hard to believe. Like I've tried to be optimistic before. I was like that with One Punch Man season 3, where I was like, okay, maybe the first couple episodes of this season look so bad because they're saving all of their budget for like a couple massive fights, and they're just gonna go absolutely ham. Nobody does that. I'm done believing that that's like a thing. If the budget is there, you will know pretty quickly.
Even if they were doing that, it wouldn't have been a good enough excuse to watch the bullshit, man.
No.
Like with how much money that show has made, fuck you.
And they
God,
struggle.
I'm so mad about that.
They struggle so bad with tone. Like they're in a crisis. Like this is crisis mode. The entire planet's about to burst into flames, and like we just get like dumb jokes. Like we just get dumb bullshit jokes, and I'm just like, where?
And terrible
What
dialogue.
are we doing? Like what are we doing? Like we're all about to die. You're gonna die. Your friends are gonna die. Your family's gonna die. Everyone's gonna die. No, let's make a silly, joke about Shinra being a demon. Like, whole demon face.
And then the nurse bitch saves the day again somehow in that last episode. Like, I don't. It all seems so rushed and so lame and so forced, and
it's just bad.
I'm done.
It's
I'm
just
done with
bad.
It. I'm done talking about it. I want to not have to think about it until I force myself to watch it this weekend. All right.
No more Fire.
All right. Tojima wants to be a Kamen Rider.
Chef's kiss, baby.
Right.
Man, we haven't had a real guttural rider punch in a minute. And you know what? He threw 3 in a row, and somehow the third one was like the best one. You knew it was coming.
Yeah.
This episode absolutely fucks. This episode has Tojima taking in, by the way, I learned his name, Nakao, and his gang. Aniki is
Nakao several times.
No, you never said that.
The other ones kept saying Aniki. I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's Nakao.
Second thing,
Aniki's better.
Spider-Man is training with Ramen Man. What? I thought
that was awesome.
Low-key, I thought we were just about to I thought we were done with him. Kind of. Like
I thought Spider-Man was starting to lose his powers the more he's around human guys. Like
maybe I don't know.
He's being made a bitch.
And they all no, it's the opposite now, because now he's learning that like what makes humans so strong, it's having something to fight for, fighting with passion.
It's the fire in their hearts.
That's right. Not only that, all 3 of them now live together. Them with the chubby idol all live together in the same tiny ass apartment. Apparently completely unsexual with each other.
Yeah.
So that's hilarious.
It's so good.
Was that weird to you, you pig?
No. I mean, it's weird. There's no room in this place.
True. It is just like a single studio apartment.
And then the last part is shit hits the fan with Nakao and his boys, because all of the shocker idols show up to kill him, because the boys saw them get turned, so now they need to kill him because they don't want their secret getting out. Obvious, right? His boys take a bullet for him. They tell him to run, get out of there. If you live, it'll be worth it. You've treated us so well. It's a nice little touching moment. It's Tojima, so I don't think they're gonna die. And we kind of get a clip at the very end of the episode showing that they are still not dead. But whatever. And we basically get a culmination of Nakao is gonna fight Shocker too.
Even though he is shocked.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. I love it.
So is Yukarisu.
I called this as soon as he got turned.
You did call it.
I said Nakao's gonna be an anti-hero.
Right, because it's not the most obvious thing to predict ever.
You watch your whore mouth. Okay? All right? Nobody else said it. All right? None of you schlubs said it.
Almost positive I said it during the time, but that's fine.
No. You may have agreed with me once you heard my genius idea. That's the best you had, all right? How do we feel about this episode, boys? I've been rambling about it. Jump in there.
Dude,
Great
this episode's so good. This episode's hilarious. You have the funny part where Tojima's like fighting the 3 combat girls or whatever, and he's like, Ryder. Cal's just like, punch, right?
It's a punch.
And then he goes,
this one's a punch.
punch!
He's like,
He knocks all of that bitch's teeth out of her fucking face. She's like 4 teeth left.
I didn't realize, I didn't notice him knock her teeth out originally.
Yeah.
So just
Until she
later,
comes back.
just later in
And
the
then later,
episode,
there's the knocked out teeth.
I literally have a note where I'm like, where the fuck did this girl's teeth go? All the other idols have perfect pearly whites, and she's just got 3 teeth.
That's the one that you smashed.
She's got fucking hippo teeth, dude.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good.
Man, and just you're good. Go, please.
Yeah, and then the other line, which we mentioned already, just Knockout is just like, so can we crash at your place? And Tojima's just like dumbfounded, just like, what the fuck?
Obviously, he's gonna say yes. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, this episode's hilarious. There's a lot of like good plot points that come into play here. You have, like John mentioned, with Spider-Man and the ramen guy. You have Batman learning a little bit more about him. Also, like the weird creepiness at the end with Batman just showing up. Yeah, I love this episode. Tojima's probably my favorite show.
It's easily the favorite show this season. It's been my favorite show in the last 2 seasons.
It's just too good.
Especially the end part where it kind of implies like what we were all hoping for the longest time is that Knockout is going to be the new member alongside Homeboy's fucking sister, V3's sister. I feel like we got a fucking solid crew here moving forward, man.
Well, I was gonna say, Tojima's realization last episode with reviewing the tape, watching the all 22 was that if you want to have success against the real badass monsters, you gotta fight together. We've got 5 fighters. You know what? We had 5 fighters. You had a knockout in there, and now we got 3 pairs. Okay, 2v1, 2v1, 2v1.
Watching the all 22 is crazy.
also, dude, fuck, what's her name? Lightning Cat.
Thunder Raikou.
Yeah, Thunder Raikou. Lightning Cat.
Lightning Cat is wild. It's wild.
Lightning Raichu.
Right there, dude. Right there. They built her up so much just to be absolutely clobbered. Yeah. She is an afterthought. I think maybe the only character she can beat in the show is like Yukarisu.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And the other Chakra combatants.
Yeah, but they're on her team. Oh, I guess sort of. She wants to become
any other main character.
Yeah. Right. From our actual squad.
Even then, like I bet Yukarisu could possibly, give her a run for her money.
I mean, she beat Nikao up a little bit.
She uses the power of love,
It's true. It's true. Which also, they might be setting up Mitsuba revenge for Yukarisu a little bit.
Oh, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Like if something happens to Yukarisu and then Mitsuba is gonna, you know what I mean? He's gonna go dark. He's gonna go, what do they call that?
Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, he's gonna go Spider-Man 3 Tobey Maguire on him. He's gonna be dancing down the street.
Put some sand in your eye.
No.
I'll put some dirt in your eye.
Okay. 2 sick quotes from this episode. One makes me sick because it made me laugh so hard. The other one makes me sick because it was actually pretty clean. Kind of bad. The other one wasn't badass, the Sav quote earlier. But the first one is so good. It's when Nakao texts Tojima because they're all stuck in his apartment while Tojima's talking to Mitsuba, and he just says,
Yeah.
"Can you bring back some food? Some smokes too. Thanks in advance." So good. Thanks in advance got me so good. Like, just assumed he's
So
like,
good.
it's a yes. He just assumed it's
Yeah.
a yes. It got me so good. The other one was when they got to Tojima's apartment and they were kind of like, dude, what the fuck? Where's your shit? You don't own anything. And Tojima was like, now there's nothing to worry about if I die.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
right.
was like, why does that actually go so hard? It's supposed to be like a funny moment because they're just kind of like giving him shit for being like such a minimalist. And I'm like, why does it
He's
actually
so
kind of go hard?
hard-boiled.
He is. It's true. It's true. Also, I said they kind of confirmed that Nakao's gang isn't dead at the end. They actually did more than that because I remembered when Chris brought it up that Batman shows up at the end. Batman is turning those guys into Shocker agents, which is not that big of a deal because I'm assuming their love for Aniki will break them out of their Shocker stuff, and then they'll just be slightly stronger because they'll be 3 Shocker agentified scrubs instead of just normal scrubs.
We'll
But
see. We'll see.
There was a part of me that, don't take this the wrong way, wanted them to die because I was like, we haven't really seen any like real characters die in Tojima, and I feel like it would just be like the moment would have hit harder. We'd be like, oh, Nakao's about to go, like now it's serious. That Nakao is like really fighting for something now. I know that's not what the show's been about to this point, but like I kind of wanted them to actually bake in like a real, I don't know.
Yeah.
But you guys know what I'm saying.
I get it.
All in all, Tojima Wants to Be a Common Writer, episode 18, is my highest rated episode of the week at a 9.3. I loved it.
Solid 9 on this guy here.
Yeah, this guy's 9 is so
Easy
solid. You could
The
flick
most solid 9
that
you've ever
9.
find.
You could flick that
Mine's
9 and it
going.
would just boom, just like your door stopper.
No, I wouldn't even move. It'd be straight.
I was gonna say, if it moves, it's not solid.
That's
Anyways,
solid.
No echo. No reverberation whatsoever.
Yeah.
I'm at 9.2 for this episode.
That's pretty fucking weak, bro.
Okay,
Get solid.
9.3.
Get solid, pal.
Okay, solid 9.
Yeah,
Put a
let's get-
fucking
let's get-
decimal on it and let's fucking talk.
That's a point.
Let's get a stiff shaft here. Let's get it stiff enough for you not to need a decimal, all right?
All right, boys. All right, one last thing. We'll talk about Journal with Witch Time. Me and Chris will talk about this for 2 minutes. We got to do it. Great episode. Amazing episode. It's great. Makio is such a non-expressive character whatsoever. She is so like mellow or monotone all the time, and it's great to see her in kind of a new light, getting frazzled with just dealing with life responsibilities, where she's just everybody kind of can kind of understand this, where it's just like stuff piles up and you just can't handle everything all at once, and getting legitimately frazzled like for the first time, where like this whole time she's been so monotone. On top of that, it's date night with the boy. And man, she gets frazzled, checking out dog's muscles. It's crazy. And then I think we end off on a smooch. It's not confirmed. It could have been interrupted. We don't know. But I think we end off on a smooch. Guys, a smooch.
Had to been some smooch right there.
I just wrote hot tamale on my in my notes. I literally just wrote hot tamale for this episode. It's great.
That's awesome.
Chris, just quick notes on Journal with the Witch.
This show is fantastic. I mean, you have so many like intricacies of dealing with someone who's very introverted versus someone who's very extroverted. And just the way that they process life so differently, and the way that they're trying to grow and learn from each other. I love it. Fantastic show all around.
Yeah. We say it every week. If you like slice of life, watch this show. It's great. All right, but that's it for this week. We are out of here till next week. I am moving this weekend, so I'm hoping that we'll be ready to do everything next week, same time. So hopefully schedules don't change or anything, but just so you know, if you haven't been able to notice, like over the last 2 weeks, how like more boxes have piled up behind me. moving this weekend. So just keep an eye on that. We'll let you know. We'll send out a community post if schedules are going to change and whatnot. But appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, Dub the Confused, episode 18. We're out of here. Mwah.